welcome to Massive Late Fee. And now your hosts, Mark and Carol. Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Massive Late Fee. My name's Mark. With me as always is my Barbie girlfriend, Carol. How you doing today, Carol?
Hey, what's up?
Oh, it's just been a good week here. It's September 20th, 1997. You like that song, right?
I do.
I'm a Barbie girl
in a Barbie world. Yeah.
Yeah, that's on the Hot 100. We haven't done a mixtape in a while, but that's on the Hot 100.
Come on, Barbie, let's go party.
Yeah. Actually, that's supposed to be my line, right?
Yeah.
And you do the other thing.
Yeah.
How do I live?
But you do it so well.
Wow. I truly am living a semi-charmed kind of life. I really only have one piece of news. I've got to dig up some more newspapers. But I really only have one piece of news today.
What
It's
is
not
that?
entertainment related.
How could that be?
Because there's other news. But it's not sports or politics, so relax, everyone. There's a couple lawsuits pending
Uh-oh.
about socializing in the strip club.
What?
It's a couple lawsuits that are alleging that the practice of male businessmen to socialize, network, and conduct business at strip clubs is inherently biased against female managers. That it locks female managers out from
Interesting.
that process. So I wanted to get your take on it as a woman who has maybe been to a strip club once. What do you think of this?
I mean, I see the point because they're going somewhere, but it's not like they can't go there.
No, but it would be, for a lot of people, an uncomfortable place to go.
Yeah. And I mean, it's kind of like when people go on cigarette breaks together and then make decisions. You know,
Yeah.
I could see that.
Exactly.
That could be a problem. Same kind of thing. I mean, I don't know. Do you think that it's intentional, or do you think it's like just the good old boy mentality where they're just
Yeah.
not thinking about the women?
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't think it's intentional. I don't think they're if that was the case, I think they'd just go into a wooden clubhouse and put no girls allowed
Right?
on the door.
I don't think a lot of business gets conducted in a strip club, though, do you?
Apparently enough to where there's a couple lawsuits. And I think they're centered in the New York area, so I don't know if that's more of a New York thing.
Maybe.
I certainly don't conduct much business in a strip club.
The only business I conducted in the strip club was downing some drinks.
Okay. Getting down to business.
Well, and, alleviating the stack of ones that I had with me.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Okay. What a baller you are. So, speaking of strip clubs, though, we watched a movie that...
How are you going to finish this segue?
Because the strip club is a place that he could have gone to for his bachelor party.
But didn't.
But instead went to a bar with a blow-up doll.
I think a strip club would be a lot better than a blow-up doll.
Yeah. I would think so.
I mean, even, if you were planning on using the blow-up doll for something and not using a stripper for something, I still think looking at a stripper would be better than using a blow-up doll, don't you?
What a riddle. This feels like a trap.
What a tangled web we weave when we practice to deceive.
Uh-huh. No, I think a strip club would be better.
Yeah.
Even if at the strip club there's no in and out. Get it? Segued it.
There you go.
We saw
Good job.
In and Out.
With Kevin Klein?
Yes.
Hey, look at that.
Mr. Phoebe Cates himself, Kevin Klein.
And Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck's in the movie, yes.
And Bob Newhart.
Bob Newhart's in the movie too, yes.
And Joan Cusack.
Yep.
I think that's all the main players.
Yeah, I wonder if you could name anyone else in the movie.
Probably not. But I'm proud of myself remembering 4 actors and actresses' names.
Debbie Reynolds is his mom.
Okay.
And I never knew that I wanted to hear Debbie Reynolds say, "I'm a lesbian" in the movie so much. And then Wilford Brimley is his dad. This Old House or whatever. Not This Old House. What was it called?
Mm-hmm.
Our House. I think it was called Our House. Our house
is
a very, very, very fine house.
Is it like a home improvement show?
No. It was a drama about, I think if I remember correctly, the plot of the show was that these 2 kids or 3 kids, their parents died, and their grandfather, Wilford Brimley, took them in.
Okay.
And they lived together, and it was about their trials and tribulations. And here's a fun fact. The other star of that show, besides Wilford Brimley, the eldest daughter, was played by Shannon Doherty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds worth seeing then.
Yeah, it's older, like maybe, I don't know, maybe 10 years old or something like that. I don't remember. I don't remember when it was out.
I wonder if they're ever going to release the tapes.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Because I think they only do that for like really popular shows. No, I don't think that's a really popular show.
No, it wasn't hugely popular, no.
Oh, well.
But this movie is quite popular.
It's an interesting movie.
Yeah.
So.
What did you think?
Well, okay, so first of all, the premise of the movie.
Yes.
Is that this teacher is getting married to a woman he's been engaged to for 3 years.
Correct. Who used to be fat, but then got thin.
She lost 75 pounds.
That's a lot of weight.
When do you think she started? Like when they got engaged 3 years ago?
Probably, yeah.
So, I mean, it's a
75
lot,
pounds
but
in 3 years.
That's not...
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, it's not crazy.
No.
So, yeah. So, she used to be a heavier lady, and now she's thin. And he is an English teacher?
Yeah, they both are.
Okay, they both are. In one high school? Why do they have so many? I mean, it's a small town.
Why do they have so many English teachers? 2.
And one of his students is getting a Grammy?
Wow.
No, an Oscar.
That's insane that you got that far off.
An Oscar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Matt Dillon.
Who, I mean, whatever. He's kind of cute, but he's not that cute. Like, they're all like, oh my God, he's so hot.
Stay Classy Pony Boy or whatever. From The Outsiders.
Oh, I love that book. I never saw the movie.
By S.E. Hinton.
It's a great book, though.
Yeah, well, he was in it.
Okay.
I think he was Pony Boy. He was one of them. It's him and Tom Cruise and, I don't know, some other people.
Maybe we should rent the movie sometime.
Maybe.
But anyway.
They're all very young. Like, very young.
When he gets the award, he thanks his teacher and then says his teacher's gay.
Yeah, Kevin Klein. He says Kevin Klein's gay.
Which...
The marriage to Phoebe Cates is a sham.
Isn't that ridiculous? Like, I'm sorry, but nobody would do that.
No one would do what?
Out somebody who they don't even really know for sure is gay. He just assumed. Well, he had no reason to know.
That's true. He did just assume. And I don't know. I mean, so he won for playing a gay soldier who wanted his copy of Beaches back. That whole thing was ridiculous.
Yeah, that movie seemed... I mean, it's obviously like a satire.
Oh, for sure. It's for comedy effect.
Yeah.
I mean, the other people that were nominated for the award were Paul Newman in Coot, Clint Eastwood in Codger, Michael Douglas in, what did she say, Primal Urges?
Mm-hmm. Like Primal Fear.
And then no. Like, I don't even know what that is. But was that movie with Edward Norton?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
No, Basic Instinct.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it's supposed to be.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And she gives a little, because it's Glenn Close, and they were in that one. What's that one? Every Man's Worst Fear.
Oh, yeah. Shit. She boils his bunny.
Yeah. Not the cool euphemism it sounds like either. Fatal Attraction.
Yeah, that's it.
They were in that together, and she gives this little sign like, oh, I love you, or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, she's doing this line in a movie, making fun of him. And that's who was nominated against him. And they show like 30 minutes of his movie.
This was not a long film, and they spent a lot of time showing clips of that movie.
It was funny, though.
Yeah.
But, so, yeah, it is weird that he outs him. I guess it seems like Matt Dillon's character, Cameron, Cam, hands up for Cam. I don't know what that means. Is that like a lazy rhyme? There's a bunch of signs that said that, hands up for Cam.
That's weird.
But anyway, so he seems like a nice guy. Like he's above a lot of the Hollywood shit because of a lot of the things that he says in the movie.
I want to know why he was dating the supermodel. Because he doesn't seem like he liked her. He didn't seem like he's attracted to her. He tells her to go eat a sandwich. I mean, like,
he says he said like he has an appreciation for curvy women.
Yeah. At some point later in the movie, he's feeding one.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
I actually read a book like that before.
Like what?
Where like this lady was fat and then she lost a bunch of weight and she had a crush on a guy and he wouldn't date her and she found out he was secretly dating a fat girl because he was into fat girls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's kind of convoluted, huh?
What a weird book.
It was actually kind of like inspiring for fat girls.
Is it Shakespeare write that book?
Oh yeah, of course.
Anyway, so so that's the premise of the movie.
Yeah.
He gets outed.
And so then he's telling everybody, no, of course I'm not gay. I'm marrying this beautiful woman.
I'm marrying Joan Cusack.
And then...
Not her brother, John Cusack.
Right. And then Tom Selleck comes into town with a bunch of reporters. Yeah. And, like, he's like, oh, I'm going to stay and do the whole week and, do your wedding and everything. Like... First of all,
I'm gonna do you.
Right? But, like, first of all, who fucking asked you? Like, don't you need to sign off on something like that? To have a reporter, like, basically stalk you for a week?
Not in public places.
That's messed up.
I don't know if Indiana is a two-party consent state or not, but for filming, but I don't think so.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's the other thing. They're in Indiana.
Right.
The heartland.
And it's a small town, and everybody's all, like, freaking out because, oh, my God, he might be gay.
That town where you couldn't dance in Footloose was
in
Indiana.
Right? There you go.
So, that's the kind of people we're dealing with.
And this poor man, though, is, like, trying so hard to not be gay. He has tapes about exploring your masculinity.
That was one of the funny parts.
It was funny. Movie. But, I mean, it's funny.
Interacting with this tape.
In the movie, it was funny, yes. But, I mean, the statement was, like, not funny.
What are you talking about?
Well, like, the fact that he feels like he needs that,
Are you dancing, sissy boy? Whoever did that voice was great.
It was funny, too, because it's, like, the tape's talking to him, but obviously he couldn't be talking to him because it's a tape.
It's one of those movie moments.
Yeah.
The tape was reacting to everything he was doing. Like the makers of the tape predicted his exact movements. Because every gay guy is the same. And if you put Donna Summer on, they're all going to dance.
It is a good song.
Yeah, it's not bad. One of my favorite parts of the movie, very subtle, because one thing I like a lot about this is unlike your movements in that chair that are being totally picked up by the microphone.
Sorry.
Is that Kevin Klein's acting in this is subtle.
Yeah.
He does not, even when he's fully out of the closet or whatever, because spoilers, he is gay.
Right.
Even though he's denying it for a good chunk of the movie. He never is super flamboyant. Mm-hmm. There's little things, but it's all very subtle and understated, which is good. Good for this kind of a movie. But one of the things I think is hilarious, they're watching it. The guy's like, he's thanking his teacher and everything, which I thought he should have been more surprised and happy about.
Yeah.
Like a guy you used to teach thanks you at the fucking Oscars in front of the whole world.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big deal. So he's thanking him for all the stuff that he was teaching him and everything. And like I said, he played this gay soldier. And then he's like, and he's gay, and he outed him. And then they just like stare at the TV. And at one point, they're just staring there at the TV for a while. And then he lifts up his hand and turns off the TV. And then he kind of looks at his hand like he subconsciously turned the TV off. Like he didn't even think about it. Like he just kind of looks at his hand with the remote. And then he just throws it out the window.
Like it was a snake.
Right. And it's so like understated but hilarious.
Yeah.
There's a few laugh out loud moments in this movie.
Oh, yeah. It was a very funny movie.
Yeah.
Especially there's one time when he's going to walk out a door and somebody's like, hey, watch the hand.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So then he decides to finally, after, by the way, he gets his first, his first kiss, male kiss.
Oh, his first, yeah.
With,
Tom Selleck.
yes.
Still his name.
The mustache, but no mustache in this movie.
Oh, I know.
It was sad.
Your favorite, Tom Selleck.
But that was quite the first homosexual kiss he got to have there.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if he was testing to see if he's gay, he's a lot more likely to come out gay with him. It's Tom Selleck, don't you?
Yeah, I guess. That's just because you have a huge crush on Tom Selleck.
Yeah, he was my very first crush when I was a little kid.
You know that, maybe not that little. You know that show he was on? Magnum P.I.
Mm-hmm.
You know who created that show?
Who?
Donald Bellisario.
Okay. Why do I recognize that name?
Because he also created Quantum Leap.
Oh, that's why. That makes sense. I know you like that show.
Quantum Leap.
What about Quantum Leap?
No, I like to mention Quantum Leap whenever I can.
Okay.
So, anyway, Kevin Klein loves Barbara Streisand. That's a joke. That's a joke they kind of beat into the ground.
What is up with that, by the way? Like, why is that such a gay guy thing?
I don't know. I was thinking about that after we left the theater, and I was like, is it just because she's fabulous or whatever? Like, she has the right, like, attitude or, like, flamboyantness flamboyance that gay guys are attracted to? Or has she been particularly, like, vocal over homosexual rights? I don't know.
I've never heard that.
Because I know Bette Midler has.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Bette Midler used to perform in, like, the bathhouses in San Francisco and shit. Like, she's been a big supporter of the gay community for a long time. So that makes sense. Barbara Streisand, though, I'm not sure.
I don't know. I just know it seems to be a thing.
I know I sing every episode, but I don't know any Barbara Streisand songs, so...
I guess that means you're not gay.
I'm not gay, everyone. And I'm sleeping with a woman.
But
currently, while you're listening to this.
Oh, my goodness. How did I not know? Anyway.
Wow. That is quite the indictment of me.
Anyway, you know you're hot. He outs himself at his own fucking wedding.
Oh, yeah, he does. That's right.
That's insanity.
I forgot.
Like, at one point, Joan Cusack is yelling at him, and she's like, couldn't you have picked any other time to tell me? Like,
fair.
Yeah.
Fair criticism.
Like, that was not cool. That was not okay. She gets all the way up there in her beautiful dress and then gets rejected.
The dress that he picked out.
That's weird. I mean, there are definitely signs that were ignored. Or like they were in a relationship for 3 years and didn't have sex.
Yeah, at one point he goes to Catholic confession.
Right?
And tells the priest that, and the guy's like, he's gay.
He's like, oh, you should go to her right now. So he tries, but it doesn't work out, which should be another sign. Because
he saw Richard Simmons, another guy who vociferously claims to not be gay.
What do you think was up with that? I mean, it couldn't have been attraction because it's Richard Simmons. I mean,
I think just because he's a guy that's everyone thinks is gay.
Oh, okay.
Who constantly says he's not gay, but is definitely gay.
Right.
I mean, like, there's no way Richard Simmons isn't gay.
Right. Agreed.
That was a question I was going to ask you. Was there ever a teacher or a person that you met in your life that you were like, oh, I know they're gay, but they hadn't come out of the closet as gay?
Yes.
All right. And who was that?
I can't say.
And would you have outed them in your Oscar nomination acceptance
Absolutely not. I didn't ever out them even when I could have. So
really?
Yeah.
I want to know who this is now.
Well, I can tell you later.
Because you're like, absolutely, and I don't even know who you could be talking about.
Do you? Did you have anybody that you...
I had a teacher whose name I won't say.
Right.
But anyone that went to the same high school as I did, well, there's probably nobody listening to this, but I went to Clawson High School in Clawson, Michigan, everyone. Do what you can with that,
right?
You freaks. But anyway, there was a teacher that's in that school who was married. But I felt like there were a lot of mannerisms, a lot of choices in personal style, certain socks. This person had a pair of Marilyn Monroe socks.
Oh my.
Yeah. And there's a bookstore in Royal Oak. I think it's in Royal Oak, called Chosen Books. It's like the gay and lesbian bookstore. It's got a bunch of books about, gay and
being gay and lesbian.
Yeah. And somebody said they saw him there once. So, yeah, I mean, that's with his wife, though. So, I mean, I don't know.
Maybe his wife's secretly a dude.
Oh, wow, weird. I've never actually seen his wife, so I don't know. But maybe his wife knew and was okay with it.
Maybe. That seems weird.
Well, I mean, this person would have been, or is, an age where, like, when they were younger, it would have been a time period where, I don't want to give his exact age.
Right.
I don't want to narrow it down. But when he was younger, it would have been a period of time that would have been way more frowned upon than it is now. I mean, you wouldn't have a TV star coming out of the closet like Ellen did, back when this guy was a teenager. So who knows? I mean, I think people his age and older are more likely to, I think they call it a beard,
right? To
have a wife or a girlfriend that is for appearances.
Like maybe she's a lesbian.
I think they have children though.
Oh.
I'm not sure. I don't know that for a fact.
What do you think about that? Like,
I don't know a lot about his personal life, so I'm not sure.
But I mean, like, do you think that if somebody is really gay, they could still have straight sex if they wanted? Like, I know a woman can, but can a guy?
A woman can because it's just like receiving.
Yeah.
You can just lay there.
Yeah.
Not enjoy it.
Yeah.
Is that what you do?
No.
No. Can a guy? Probably.
Why?
Well, because there's more than one thing that can get you ready.
Okay. I guess that's true.
It doesn't always have to be complete sexual attraction. I think a guy could grin and bear it for a short period of time, probably.
To pop out some babies.
If they needed to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've always wanted to ask this person about their sexuality, but obviously never did.
Well, yeah, because it's none of your business.
I had them for one class, so it's like, not like we were super good friends.
Yeah.
If you asked him, he probably wouldn't even remember me. And I wouldn't out him in my Oscar acceptance speech.
Well, that's good.
And our the town that I grew up in is a small town, so it would have been very much the same situation. Well, a similar situation.
Well, like, and the person that I knew didn't want anybody to know. They were, like, super, super closeted and ashamed. And
so did they reveal it to you?
They revealed it to somebody who revealed it to me.
Ah, okay.
And it was just like, but everybody knows. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, it just happens. Like,
Yeah.
You're not really hiding anything. You just think you are.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, too. It's sad to me that there are people out there that feel they have to hide who they are.
Yeah.
Because of, like this guy, Kevin Klein, gets fucking fired.
Yeah. That's so ridiculous. And, like, they didn't resolve that. Like, it's like, I think he's still fired.
I was going to ask you, what did you think of the ending of this movie?
It's weird. I mean, it was, like, nice that they were being supportive of him, but it was a weird way to do it, where everybody was just standing up saying, I'm gay. No, I'm gay. I'm gay. But, like...
It's a Wonderful Life ending. Where he's, like, down and everything, and everyone shows up and throws money into the fucking coffer to support him because he's been so nice and supportive of everyone in town over these years, and everyone loves him, so they all come to his aid.
But it would have been better if they'd done that, because he did do a lot of really great things, and only one person said anything he did. And everybody else was just like, oh, I'm gay. So it's like, okay, you're just supporting him because he's gay.
I know why the kids did it. The kids did it because fucking Bob Newhart, he's funny in the movie doing his stuttering thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's great when you don't have to change your act for 45 years. But he says that, for lack of a better term, or lack of a better way to say it, that they're afraid that they'll microwave out his gayness or something like that to all the students, right? Right. So the one student steps up and he's like, well, I had him all year, so I guess I'm gay. And then the girl, stands up, and I think this is the even more, like, in-your-face kind of thing, where she's like, whoa! Like, looks like she's convulsing, and she's like, it's happening. I had him all year, and I've become gay, too. And it's like they're mocking that idea. And so I get why they do it. But when they go to the community, and his brother stands up, and his brother's like, well, guess I'm gay. And it's like, no, just say he's a good teacher and you support him or whatever. Right.
Yeah, just be like, hey, we don't want him fired because that would hurt our community.
Right. I think the implication is supposed to be that he doesn't get fired, but it also seems to be the implication also seems to be that him and Tom Selleck are together at the end.
Yeah, which I don't think that makes sense either.
How would that work? He lives in Indiana and the other one lives in Los Angeles.
Right?
Is he going to LA now? Does he move to LA?
Hey, maybe that works out. Like, he got fired and now he's got a boyfriend in LA, go to LA, but like they don't spell any of that out.
No. We need In and Out too.
And then it looks like his, like, was going to be his wife.
Yeah.
Is actually with the celebrity dude, Cameron.
Right. And he's feeding her.
Because he was with a supermodel, and he's like, you need to eat something.
Yeah, well, he says, he sees her, and he's like, why did you lose weight? You were so beautiful before. And he's like, well, you're beautiful now, too. But, like, right. Skinny women can be, like he's... I get what they're doing. They're doing the thing of, like...
You don't need to be skinny.
Right.
Yeah, they're trying to be supportive of fat girls.
Yeah, I guess. But I don't know, it seems... So Frank Oz directed this movie. Yoda directed this movie. And I can't remember the name of the producer, but I've seen his name before, the main producer of this movie. Okay. And they seem like very nice people. So I don't know if you've ever seen, like... Miss Piggy, too. Frank Oz is also Miss Piggy. Yeah. I don't know if you've ever seen interviews with him or whatever, but he seems like a very nice guy. He was one of Jim Henson's original people and all that stuff. And Jim Henson always seemed like a really nice guy. So I think they're just trying to be supportive. Right. I just don't know if they 100% know how.
Yeah, they missed the mark on that one.
But they're trying.
She was literally running around, too. Like, she got drunk, and then she's running around in her wedding dress being like, I just need a heterosexual male. Like, I haven't had sex in 3 years or whatever. Or did she never have sex? I wasn't even clear on that. But
I think it's been 3 years.
Okay.
Well, maybe never true, because she was fat before, so God forbid anyone have sex with her. Yeah, well, the funny thing is she goes to this bar, and she sees Tom Selleck there. And she says to him, she's like, will you sleep with me? It's my wedding day. I haven't had sex in 3 years or whatever. It's
ready to go.
It's a medical condition at this point. And he's like, I can't. And she goes, what, are you married? You got a girlfriend? I don't care.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I'm gay. And then she runs out of the bar and screams into the night, is everyone gay?
It was funny.
Yeah.
It's a funny movie. It's definitely funny.
It's very funny. I liked it quite a bit.
Yeah.
I just don't know that I loved the ending. The ending, his mom and dad renew their vows after 42 years.
Yeah, what was that about? That wasn't building up in any way.
No. A weird year to pick to renew your vows, by the way. Was it just because they had everything booked?
But it wasn't the same day.
No, that's true.
I don't know. I thought it was going to be Cameron and his ex, but it was his parents for whatever weird reason.
It's because she wanted the big wedding party and all that stuff. She said that.
Well, and you know what, though? Like, they should have just fucking had the party because it was already there and paid for. All the people are there. The food's there. Like, okay, so the bride and groom aren't there.
Yeah.
Be sad together, but eat the food and drink the drink.
Yeah, I don't know. There was some stuff that logically didn't really play out well, but all in all, it was a very funny movie.
Yeah, I liked it.
I thought it was quite good.
So we recommend that you would see it.
Yeah. All right, well, that is the show. Carol, why don't you close up shop here?
So you can write us at latefee1994@AOL.com and check out our website at www.retrolatefee.com and tell your friends.
All right, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.